this is the biggest fish I've ever caught. In the time I lived along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, I would frequently travel to Florida in the summers, and less than a 3-hour drive from home, Florida's Navarre Beach Marine Park was paradise on earth, perfect for fishing, kayaking, and snorkeling alongside some of the Gulf Coast's most amazing species. Naturally, for this trip, Navarre Beach was at the top of my list of must-visit destinations. Seeing that beautiful clear green water for the first time, we couldn't help but jump right in.
We will still be high when the
The water during the time of our visit looked much dirtier than is typical of this area, due to an abundance of sargassum and junegrass. Sargassum is a seaweed that floats in large masses on the ocean's surface, which provides habitat for many pelagic species. When the wind and current bring those sargassum mats close to shore, they are broken up by the crashing waves and dispersed along the beach. Junegrass, not actually a grass, is a type of floating marine algae from the genus Cladophora that can often be found along Florida's Gulf Coast in the summer months. Unlike the dreaded red tide algal blooms, Junegrass is not harmful to the local wildlife, and while it can be a nuisance to beachgoers, it is a natural and beneficial aspect of the seasonal cycles of the Gulf Coast. Inevitably, a front of rain moved into the area, causing everyone on the beach to retreat to their cars, and while most of the people drove elsewhere, we decided to stay put and wait out the rain. These rainstorms are incredibly common in Florida, especially in the summer, but fortunately, most of these bouts of rain are very short-lived. After about 30 minutes of waiting in the car, the rain passed through, and we were among the first ones to return to the beach, now free of other people. Now that there were so few people with which to compete for space, we decided to try our hand at some fishing from the beach. The Navarre Beach Marine Park separates a swimming area from the free use area, where we would be fishing, in order to protect the swimmers from getting tangled in fishing lines. With some leftover dead shrimp for bait, we casted out our lines in hopes of catching some hungry ocean creatures. The waves are getting pretty big. Oh. Oh, goodness. Oh, it's something substantial! Ah! Heads up, it's coming your way! It's coming right at us! I think it's a red drum! Woohoo! Ah! Woo! We got a big red drum from the beach. That's a remora.
Oh yeah, wow, a remora. There was.
Oh, come on, bring him ashore.
Need any assistance?
There we go.
Okay.
All right. This is the biggest fish I've ever caught. Big, massive redfish from the beach. Woo! All right, we don't want him to be out for too long, so let's go ahead and get him back. All right. Oh. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Massive red drum from the beach. Oh, biggest fish I've ever caught. Man, that was awesome. Whew, now my arms are tired. Man, that was so cool. Woo! All right, let's keep fishing. Oh, Jackson just caught a shark.
That is crazy. No.
We were very careful and conscious to get the fish that we caught back into the water as quickly as possible. I like to debarb all of my hooks when I'm fishing, so we can quickly remove the hook and reduce the amount of stress on the animals that we catch, and send them back on their way into the Gulf. Massive red drum, a baby black-tip shark. This is the best day ever. This is insane. And we saw dolphins out there while I was catching the big red drum. We've got Fred the blue heron behind us, and we have the beautiful view of Navarre Beach. Man, this has got to be the best day ever. This is so cool. Wow. The next day, we decided to paddleboard out to the Navarre Beach Reef for some snorkeling. The Navarre Beach Reef is composed of numerous man-made structures that provide vital habitat and shelter for a variety of marine species, including sharks, rays, bony fishes, numerous marine invertebrates, and most famously, sea turtles. We were hoping to encounter some of these incredible creatures out on the reef. The water was pretty rough, so it was difficult to stay put for very long. As the day went on, the wind became stronger, the waves became bigger, and the water became murkier, so we were left with no choice but to head back to shore. While we were able to spot a few creatures on our paddleboarding adventure, we figured we might have some better luck at spotting wildlife from the elevated position of the Navarre Beach Pier. This decision turned out to be the right one, as we spotted tarpon, sharks, eagle rays, massive shoals of fish, and we even finally spotted a sea turtle venturing to the surface to steal a breath of air. Ever since I lived in Mississippi, it's been a goal of mine to see a sea turtle in the wild. I've seen released sea turtles. I've seen plenty of sea turtles in aquariums. I even filmed a couple of sea turtles on this trip with my drone, but this was my first time seeing a wild sea turtle with my own 2 eyes. This was incredible. We couldn't have asked for a better way to wrap up our final day in Florida. Getting to finally see so many of the wonderful animals that we had come so far to encounter was fantastic. While the weather and water conditions presented some difficulties throughout this trip, when it comes to spending time in the wild, you have to learn to roll with the punches and accept that Mother Nature is in charge, and she doesn't care one bit about your vacation plans. The next morning, we packed our bags, said goodbye to our Airbnb, and began the drive back home. We had a blast on this adventure. Florida is home to some of the most beautiful marine ecosystems in the country, and it's of the utmost importance that we work toward the continued conservation of these incredible habitats and protect the creatures that call them home. It was a pleasure to experience this natural beauty, and I hope I'll get to return to Florida's beautiful Emerald Coast in the near future. With that, we were on our way home, but the adventure wasn't over just yet, as we had one more stop to make along the way.